Okay, so we are here at the Pallet Warehouse, and I thought I would just give you a quick rundown of how we as beginners are thinking about buying pallets. We are new to the pallet flipping business, but we are not new to business. And so we just want to give you a little rundown of kind of what we're thinking about, how we're looking at pallets, and how we're choosing them. So one of the things that we do is we go up to the pallet and we start looking at what is the price of the pallet, but then we also start looking on the boxes for SKU numbers and trying to look up the items that are on it that we can see, to be able to see how, like, what is the value of them, what's the MSRP. With pallet flipping, you figure that you're gonna hopefully make between 40 to 50% of MSRP, so you have to weigh that against the price of the pallet, but then you want to try and get above at least 30% MSRP. Obviously the goal here is to not get greedy, but to remember that moving product is better than hanging on to it. Another thing that we're considering is how many items is our money and our investment going to be tied up into. If there's 10 items, then it's easier, like that gives us a lot of things to sell. But if we have our entire investment tied up in like 1 or 2 items that we're waiting to sell, then we're just sitting there holding on to those things, waiting for them to sell. And some things take the right buyer and a really unique buyer. Another thing that we're looking for and considering as we are looking at pallets is looking to make sure that we don't see any red flag things. So a red flag thing would be something that says like box 1 of 2 or 4 of 4. On our first pallet we got something that we couldn't see it on there, but it said box 4 of 4. So that's another thing that you want to pay attention to and be aware of as you're shopping for pallets, is just making sure that you're checking out those types of things. Also looking in these open top boxes, looking inside of them to see what's in there. A lot of them that we've seen have had things like pads in them, so that's going to be something that is more of a donate item. So you want to just be aware of that and keep an eye out for those things that are going to be just a donate item and have no real resale value. Another thing that you want to be looking out for is name brands that you recognize versus no name brands. No name brands are fine, but if you have something with some name brand things on it, you can typically bring in more because it's a name that people recognize and trust. You want to make sure if it's a quality name brand versus a junk name brand, but there's certain brands that people know, trust, things like that. So look out for that as well. This has been just a quick overview of what we look for as we're purchasing these initial pallets. But if you want to do a deeper business dive with us, we are going to be doing that soon. We're putting together a video for you where we dive into the business side of things a little bit more, share some real numbers and whatnot with you. So make sure that you hit that subscribe button so that you can catch that next one as soon as it comes out. Thanks, y'all. Have a great one.